What's going on, everybody? It's Webster Style. Brian Sapp here with another NRW Checkpoint. Brian, my brother, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm good. We got a pretty, I wouldn't say jam-packed gaming slate, but definitely a diverse gaming slate this week. First up, we have, well, again, we talked about a little while ago, Grounded, Xbox original title dropping on PlayStation 4 and 5. And the Switch, Grounded is a survival game that can be played either in first person or third person. In the game, the protagonist is shrunk to the size of an ant and must strive to survive in a backyard. In the game, the player character Max, Willow, Pete, or Hoops needs to consume an adequate amount of food and water, or they will lose health due to starvation or dehydration, respectively. The backyard is filled with various bugs and insects such as spiders, bees, dust mites, ladybugs, and many more. Again, I think I've talked to you before. If I gotta survive, I ain't playing it. I do not want to play real life in my video games.
Yeah.
It's bad enough I have to remind myself and everybody else, yo, we gotta eat. I need to drink water. I need to, pay the mortgage, make sure we got shelter. I don't want to do that in the game.
Right. Yeah, survival games, they could be taxing.
What I'm interested in is to see how much of a boost this game is going to get with it dropping on PlayStation 4 and 5 and Switch. Not necessarily because it's on those systems, but word of mouth, because I was looking at a report yesterday, I think it was, and Sea of Thieves was dropped, which hasn't dropped yet on PS4 and 5. I think it's on the Switch. Either way, that jumped from 35 million to 40 million players between Xbox and PC. What is that going to go to when? And that's because a lot of people attribute it because of word of mouth. People are talking about the game.
Right.
What is that going to do once those other players get on board? So I'm interested to see what kind of maybe halo effect, no pun intended, considering, is going to happen with Grounded.
Yeah, me as well. Especially given it's obviously inspired by movies like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which are cult classics at this point. I think people are gonna be interested in. I'm interested in playing it just off of that. The survival thing, I see what it's talking about. But yeah, Grounded looks pretty cool. I'm actually interested in checking that out.
Now, the next game is one that I actually saw the trailer for maybe about a week or so ago, but I didn't realize it was coming out. But it looks absolutely unique, so I'm excited for you to see when we're all watching the trailer. But it's Halibut is dropping on the PS5, Xbox Series systems, and PC, and is dropping on Game Pass. So the story follows the game's namesake, Harold Halibut, a young lab assistant on board the Fedora 1, a colony ship that left Earth in the 70s. Some 200 years later, it has crash landed into an ocean planet, remaining submerged in water for 50 years. Harold is a simple and sincere man. So this is an adventure game that I am definitely looking forward to you seeing it, because it's something you haven't seen before. Because I saw it, I'm like, this looks absolutely amazing.
Okay.
And that'll probably be part of my weekend plans, just stream that via Xbox Cloud on Game Pass and playing that, because it's really unique, and I've heard it's a pretty good adventure game.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down to check that out.
All right. Next up, we have Rose and Carmellia collection on the Switch. Slap your way to the top of high society. Grace and glamour give way to the open-handed, I want to say hand-opening, open-handed dueling across 5 games of aristocratic absurdity. Rose and Carmellia 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Rose and Carmellia versus Mulana. I can't speak today. Too much talking after KayFabeyBaby.
Okay.
In which you'll slap, dodge, feint, and counter your way through a series of one-on-one slap fights using Joy-Con motion controls or touchscreen swipes. Give the upper crust a richly deserved smackdown in Rose and Carmellia collection.
So
we all watched the trailer for that.
Oh, okay. So like it sounds like they're slapping bitches. This is a game about slapping bitches.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I'm interested.
All right. Next up, we have Reigns Beyond, not Roman Reigns, and we talk about SmackDown, just had WrestleMania. This is dropping on Switch and PC. Reigns Beyond is a swipe-based adventure game developed by Devolver Digital. Players will rise to stardom among an intergalactic indie rock band as they travel from planet to planet and gig to achieve fame and fortune, manage the ship's resources, keep the crew in check, and rock out across the cosmos. Okay. All right. Last but not least, we have No Rest for the Wicked on the PC. No Rest for the Wicked is an upcoming action role-playing video game developed by Moon Studios, so they did the Ori series, and published by Private Division. Set in the year 841, the player assumes control of a holy warrior who must travel to the island of Isola Sacra to investigate a plague named the Pestilence.
Sound like an actual plague.
Right, exactly. So those are our games this week. Let's jump into our trailers. First up, we have Harold Halibut.
Okay. Great reviews.
This is the game, Brian.
I see him. Great, like
yeah, exactly.
That's
I saw this.
Okay,
I saw this and I was floored. I'm like, you literally look like you're watching the stop motion animation, or something, and
it looked like was it James and the Giant Peach?
Yeah, like James Giant Peach, Chicken Run,
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah, I would just like, this is a video game.
And it looks great too. It looked like, I don't know. Were they in therapy? Was that a therapy session?
It seemed like it. But you know what though? And I didn't think about it when I first saw the trailer. This is something that looks next gen.
Yes.
I could not see this running on Xbox One or PlayStation 4.
No.
That looks next gen because that looks damn near, again, like a Chicken Run or something like that. Looks stop motion movie quality right there.
Okay.
I'm impressed.
Not mad at all. I'm very impressed, and I'm interested to see what the premise is. Like, what's the story about?
Right.
Because obviously it's not much of an action game, whatever, but it's definitely a feature, and it looked like it's some good writing going on. I'm a sucker for that. So
yeah, I hope so. I haven't watched any reviews yet. I'll probably do that later on this evening. But it looks good. Next up, we have No Rest for the Wicked.
You're never tired.
Peggy 18. So, it's true.
That's what it did too.
The king is dead.
Game of Thrones.
We find ourselves in a place we never sought.
The
threat of anarchy swells beneath us.
Done begging scraps.
I love this art style.
What we need.
A plague that spent 1,000 years confined to stories is now clawing at our gate.
Pestilence, it festers everything it touches.
Is a punishment upon those who have lost their faith.
God's chosen, descent from high.
I've never been much of a overhead whatever. Something about that camera angle bothers me a little bit, but it looks really good.
No matter the cost.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not sure the price on this. I actually heard about this or later today after I put this together. So it's dropping an early access today as of this recording. And I believe in early access, just the first chapter is available, if I was listening that correctly today. Of course, I don't know how long this first chapter is. I'm assuming it's quite substantial. But the game looks really good.
It does. And one thing I want to say, I really like that, at least in some respects, like console or the games are starting to look more and more like their trailers or like the cutscenes and stuff. That always, I don't know. I got technology wasn't where it needed to be, or technology was advancing. But it always kind of bothered me a little bit. I'm like, damn, a cutscene, like, it's amazing. Like, it's straight out of a movie or a TV show, but then, 16-bit graphics. I don't know. Right. But I like that technology is really closing the gap on that. So, like, everything feels a lot more fluid, and I'm actually going to be able to play what I'm seeing on the screen versus, like, an amazing trailer that, like, it could be for a movie or a TV show, and then, it's Minecraft graphics all throughout the game. But that looks good though. Definitely some kind of story going on there that I might be interested in. What that's coming out on? Early access is today, but what is this? Okay, so it's
just PC.
Oh, just on PC. Okay.
Yeah, just on PC. I'm pretty sure once they get out of early access, it'll probably drop on the consoles, especially with Moon Studios pedigree. I'd see that happening eventually.
Yeah, because Ori was big. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Ori was big, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft wrote them a check to get that on Game Pass when it came out, considering the relationship that they have with the studio.
That makes sense.
So, all right. And last but not least, we go into a slap fest with Rose and Carmellia collection.
He's slapping bitches in this game. Right. That's all I heard. He was reading the script.
You need a pimp named Slipback.
心の中のお嬢様つぼみにくるまれた生の柔らか
I like this trailer just because it feels like
she is nothing but
I am no longer the timid
like the opening credits to Sailor Moon.
Right. Get the slapping.
Right. Is that her power? Like she can slap bitches infinitely? Like,
just because you were married.
I mean, the maid was like, I'm getting ready.
Right.
This house will be mine.
They really slapped it.
Oh.
Look at his hands.
Everybody obey me. You will be a piece of cake for me to dodge your slaps.
With this one, y'all tripping.
Rose and Carmellia collection coming soon.
That's funny.
Wow, y'all.
I like little quirky games like this though. I really do. That's
hilarious.
Face.
Right.
Oh man, that's
I like it. I like it. And it would be fun if they get a sequel, like slapping bitches again.
Look, it's 5 games though, so there were 5 of them. This is one collection, so it's like, the first one was good. Let's do it.
That shit crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Look, they need to redo it with Latinas, and it'd be a telenovela.
Listen,
like that's what I thought. I'm like, this is like a telenovela.
You wanted something?
I caught you cheating with my husband. You hussy. Obviously in Spanish, but like that's hilarious.
I'm tempted to check that one out. I'm sorry.
Right.
Producer here saying I gotta check that. That shit too crazy. I gotta check that shit.
Listen, enjoy.
Real. After the slap fest, Brian, you've had a busy couple of weeks. What's going on with you, man?
Trying to get back in the saddle with this podcast. I've been taking a break just to get my stuff together. But I feel like slapping bitches again. So we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, that, and then I'm preparing to hit the skies once again. To get out to Vegas for this Lovers and Friends festival.
Okay.
Outside of that, man, it's not too much going on. What about yourself?
Let's see. This week, I dropped the episode 180 of the Soft and Geek podcast. The soft guy era begins. Drizzle jizzle. Talking with my girl Ren from Ren's Red Room. Gentlemen, when you watch, eyes up here. That's all I gotta say. But we talk about that. Talk about 2K Drive is the game. Lego 2K Drive is the game of the week. Game Bites is out on that one as well. Fragrance of the week. In this case, it is the Excursion by Authenticity Parfum. So that's in there as well. And then the full cut of that is out, I guess, by the time this comes out as well. So that's what's going on with me. And of course, you're here at Nerd School World. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Newlies Wednesday, on Twitter or X or whatever Elon's calling it at the NRW. And of course, you're currently on YouTube. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe.